what's up? My name is Timothy Tlovelock. Thank you so much for watching and listening to Love Over Everything podcast. Here, we show love to people doing dope and inspiring things all over the world. So what better way to shed light to them so that you could be aware of the things that they've done in the past and the things that they're currently doing right now. Be sure to subscribe, press all those buttons, notification buttons, follow buttons, cowbell whistles, whatever it may be, so that you can stay current with the new content that we're putting out. Ladies and gentlemen, our honorary guest, Clyde Tiger. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm here, man. You know, I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be here, for the invitation. It's always a blessing, you know, to like just be a part of stuff like this, you know, like
Dope.
as you know, when we talked previously, you know, like you mentioned, I'm just a community guy, you know, so I'm super thankful for any opportunity I get to just give back and be a part of the community, and you know, just want to see, you know, I like to watch things grow, man.
Yeah,
I like to be a part of people winning. So
dope.
I'm with it.
So first and foremost, Tiger.
Yes.
That sounds very like fierce. Like that's that. Like if somebody said, "Yo, you know, Tiger's gonna come check you real quick," like I would be scared. Like how, like how did that name come about? Do you know the history and the origin of that name?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a native Floridian thing. My father was Seminole. It's a common Seminole last name.
Okay.
Again, I kind of took it on as a rite of passage. My dad used to go by Tiger, like you mentioned. My first name's Clyde Tiger, and after my dad had passed away, I just kind of took it on. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just always thought it was cool too. Like, yo, Tiger, you know, and like, it's just cool, man. I like it. It's
I love it.
I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of part of the sales pitch sometimes. You know what I mean? It's about, you know, just recognition and getting your name out there, and people remember that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so there's some guy that plays
Tiger
golf.
coming in.
Yeah, there's somebody that plays golf and a rapper. I don't know, but that's it. You know, I'm just on the wave with it. You know.
Dope. Well, I love it. Well, and it works too, obviously, because you're 6'4". If you're 4'5", I'm like, yeah, Tiger coming. It's gonna be complete opposite. But all right. So first, there's several things that you do, and actually, for people that don't know, this is actually we've been meaning to meet up for the longest time.
Yeah, it's probably been about at least 2 years since
2
we
years. Yes,
on social media.
Yes, and I'm glad that we're finally making it. Us coming together. So for the people that don't know, you're involved in a few things. The first thing that I'm sure you're known for, or at least that I know you for, then I saw the other stuff that you were doing, is you have a fruit prep business.
Yes, that's correct.
Talk about that.
I own a meal prep company. It's named Fit Fixins. Myself and my wife started it it's been about 8.5 years. We started it in our kitchen in Jensen Beach.
Okay.
I kind of have a weight loss journey story, you know, backstory to that. I was overweight, lost weight, was going through some trials and tribulation of life, you know, going through divorce, stuff like that. Just trying to figure it out and find my way. Kind of found my way to God along that path.
Okay.
And lost the weight, got into health and fitness, left the construction industry.
Wait, and how much weight are we talking?
I lost about 65 pounds. I was about 270, 6'4".
270, okay.
Yeah, so right.
Okay.
I mean, my lowest weight, I was like 210. Right now, I'm around about 225.
Okay.
So did that, got into the health and fitness industry. Was a tough go. I was going through some life challenges. I was right around about 35, right around there, and trying to find my way, just trying to figure it out, trying to put life together, you know, this new kind of mission on life of service of others. That's where I really got into it.
Okay.
I had a mentor come into my life and just show me some different ways of living and how to do things and how to conduct yourself as a man.
Okay.
I just kind of went out on a limb as a personal trainer. I was not doing well. I was on food stamps, trying to make ends meet, pursuing my passion, my labor of love. You know, my labor of love is a service to others.
Okay.
Like I think that's my primary purpose. For myself, I speak on behalf of myself, but just as a human and as a man, like, you know, my main purpose is serve God's kids and serve other people. So that's really where my heart's at. So health and fitness gave me a lot of that fulfillment. And I was doing bad. I used to sit out in a Starbucks because I couldn't afford money to like drive home on my midday breaks as a personal
wow.
trainer. And I was on a budget, living on like pretty much like about $100 a week. Put up a post. All my clients were like, "Oh, I can't lose weight. This is personal trainer's not working, blah, blah, blah." So I was like, "Yo, let me put up this post. I'm going to cook some food, like a little side hustle."
Okay.
2 turned into 4, turned into 6, turned into 8. I'm out of my kitchen in my house, and I'm crock pots and cooking all weekend, and overnight. As this one guy I know I do business with, he said your overnight, your 8.5 overnight success.
So okay, you're cooking in the kitchen. So how many years is Fixins in business?
Is business 2014. So we're
2014.
Yeah,
Okay.
2014 we started. So we're like right around, I think, like 8.5 years.
8.5 years. All right, congrats.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. It's me and my wife. She's the backbone, Chelsea.
Okay.
She really holds it down, holds it together. Like, I couldn't do it without her. It's teamwork. I don't want to ever take anything away from her and my staff as well. I have a great chef, great customer service team, people behind the scenes that, to get an opportunity to come out and talk like this or, really rep the brand like that. So I always I would not be where I'm at today from a business level without the people, my team.
And then I tell people that all the time. Like, without the people, there's nothing. The people comes first, So showing your loyalty and just being humbled and just being grateful for what your team is bringing to the table and just everyone's on the same mission. It goes a long way. I preach about that all the time, right, Lori? Right, Joe? All the time I'm preaching about that. So that's amazing that you guys, the business has come into, it's prospered the way it has. Now, going into Fixins, I see that obviously that's around the clock. I see that you're heavily involved with the youth, and guiding the youth or whatnot. Tell us a little bit about that.
Wow, that's that's just where it's at for me, man.
Okay.
Like, there's no place I'd rather be, in my free time. It's a super soft spot for my heart. As you can see, the youth is just where it's at. Like, that's our next generation. So, like, as a man and as someone that kind of came up with, I wouldn't say adversity. I don't know. Like, my story is just my story, right? I wouldn't be who I am today if I didn't grow through what I went through. My mom did a great job. She did the best she could. Kind of had like a part-time stepdad, absentee father at best. Had I known I was going to be, who I don't want to say like the size and what I kind of grew up to be as a man. Like, I probably would have kept playing sports, but I chose a different path, and it took me down a different journey. But again, it all cultivated the man I am today. So
True.
I had to. So I trust that process of and knowing a God of my understanding, like that God had me on that path so I could be who I am today. Had I went a different path, I might not be where I'm at. So, but yeah, just kind of got off the beam a little bit right around high school. I got a GED. Got kicked out of high school. Chose that life. I made those choices. I had to own those as I got older and kind of started getting myself right with the world. I had to own those choices that I made. And I used to blame everybody else. It was my dad wasn't there. It was this. It was that. It was whatever. But so what I do in my service to youth and being in that space is because and again I really I really kind of favor that 13 to 17-year-old space, especially youth, young men, especially because that's such a pivotal year.
Yes, it
for
is.
development.
Yes, it is.
As a man, and I know that, what I mean. And I see, and the part about it for me is I've seen people come from what I would deem as worse situations. They made it out okay.
Yeah.
Some not as bad and didn't come out okay. So again, it's just. I think it's a lot of the emotional, mental, and just a spiritual thing along the way. So it's I just go where God has me to be. So that's where my service for youth. And again, I started off, working around some nonprofits. My guy Albert Wilson, kind of allowed me to get involved with his foundation. Port St. Lucie guy, made it to the professional athlete platform. Did some work with him, work with John Franklin, another guy, Fort Lauderdale guy, football player. got involved in that space, got involved with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, I see
just
that.
kind of kept cultivating that, what drove me in my heart. And just like the food business, like you said, like I started doing the food and I started like just following my heart. So I'm like a big like what God tells me to do, like what God puts on my heart, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Like I don't, good,
100%.
bad, or indifferent or whatever anybody thinks, like I'm following that because that is where like I reap my spiritual, where you see me like get emotional because like I wouldn't have what I have today if I didn't follow what God put on. We wouldn't be having this conversation about Fit Fixins, about the kids. Like it's all like you look back, like you can always see the dots when you look back, they're interconnected, but going forward, like you don't even know.
You're
like this conversation, you don't know where it's going to go from here, right?
You really don't. And it's just to go back to what you were saying about the youth and that age rank. You know, I had a lot of friends growing up as well, so I know exactly where you're coming from. And I chose not to follow a lot of my old friends, the path with the gang banging and stuff like that, and just out. Didn't really have direction with the parents, so it's just a free for all.
Yeah.
So for us, you know, as older men to have guidance and to show these kids, like there's a lot more than just this neighborhood out there. There's a world out there than these walls. And I was fortunate as well to my parents. You know, I grew up in a Haitian background, so my parents, my mom were. Like, they knew, like, no, you're not hanging out with them. You're not sleeping at nobody's house. It's school, church, home. That's it. Yeah. So, but I definitely, I feel that type of blessing that you're speaking of with these kids, because if we don't care, they're going to grow up to be the next generation that does not care.
Yeah, and like, some people just need a chance. Like, you just need a chance. And again, like you said, like, it's just finding that, you know, that emotional, spiritual connection with people, and letting, you know, my biggest thing, and like working in the youth space too, is just connecting with people on a personal level. Like, what are you really about? What do you want to do? And like helping to cultivate that, like believe in you. Right? Because a lot, you know, and I've learned this over working around the youth space over the last few years, is like, you'd be surprised like how many family members, you know, oh, you'll never be that. No one ever did that. Like for you, like, you know, you love your music, you do your music thing. What if somebody like say, oh, you can't do that? Oh, no one from our family does that. Yeah. You can't do that. Like, oh, okay. And they start to believe it.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
it's embedded in your brain. It gets starting. It's going deeper and deeper, and rooted to where you start believing it. They're right. You know, and just to piggyback off of that, you know, my brother, Bridge, shout out Bridge, who's in the music industry. He does production, and my dad did not believe that it was a 1 in a million chance to make it in the music industry. Yeah. And they countless times that they're fighting this and that. This is what I want to do. I don't want to go to school, this and that.
Oh, it's a waste of your time.
It's a waste of time. Go to college. And my brother is a success story. You know, he's done stuff with Beyonce, Jamie Foxx, Rach, Trey Songz, T.I. So you have to believe it. Internally, you have to believe it. And foresee yourself in that limelight, that it's achievable.
Yeah. And like, to what you said, is this like that imposterism, right? Because like I believed, because I had told myself that story, and other people had told me, oh, you know, you're a high school dropout, you got a GED, you did A, B, and C, you're never gonna be this, you're not, you didn't go to school, you didn't, so you're nothing, right? Until I got, you know, my mentor in my life that showed me as a man, like what unconditional love looked like, how to be compassionate, how to grow, how to believe in you, and like kind of do a balance sheet of like, what are my qualities, right? Like not about like, I'm so, you know, I've been telling myself this narrative for so long, like I believe it, right? But I'm like, I have someone to like lay out everything for me and be like, nah, this is all plus. Like this is a little bit like, I just got to clean out the storage room. Like there's some crap in there that's just bad stuff. Like we need to throw it out. It's out of date. But the other stuff, like this is still good. This is still usable, right? So, and growing on that, so it's really like peeling away the layers of the onion for me is like finding what drives your innermost self, and like really what your heart of hearts. Because people tell me all the time I'm crazy. You know, like I told you, like we talked, I was coming in, like I just drove back from Fort Lauderdale because I told I was going to be here at noon. I left it here, you know, which is a, you know, 3-hour round trip, because I got a young man that like, that I want to give him an experience. You know what I'm saying? Or youth athletes or stuff I do in my free time. Like I'm willing to go the extra mile.
Yeah,
it's an
100%.
inconvenient. Sometimes it's inconvenient for me, but like again, the payday where I'm driving or stuff hits me and the stars align and it gets me choked up. When we first started talking about it, like I mentioned, like that's the pay for me because like you can like no one can ever take that what's in my heart away from me, right? All this material. Call it what you want, car, house, whatever's material, like that doesn't hold real value, right?
No,
so
it
it's
doesn't.
like service of others is king, you know what I mean? So for me, and that's how I move, and it's not for everybody, and I get that too, and that doesn't make other people bad or make me better.
Yeah.
It's just what I do. It's just how I move. I don't know. I can't. People ask me all the time, why do you do this? Why do you do that? I don't know why, because God put it on my heart to do that.
I know those questions.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: what is one of the most iconic experiences, either through the fixins or the the helping through the youth, or just overall something that iconic experience that you will never forget? You could be on your deathbed, you will forever remember this moment.
Man, so there's a lot like. Life, I'd say, I'm a father of 5. Like every one of my, I got kind of like a list, like a checklist of stuff. You trying to get me choked up for real? Because you're gonna take me down the emotional space for me in my head. Is that like, watching all my children being born, right? I saw every one of my children, all father of 5, saw them born.
That's like the Jackson 5.
The Tiger 5.
Tiger 5. Here we go. Going on tour next summer.
We can't sing though. That and then Chelsea. Watching Chelsea come down the aisle. I'll never forget that day. I think watch your son. Watch your son be a pitcher. Watch your son play baseball. Watch my daughter play volleyball, win a district championship. My other daughter, she's super creative. She's so artistic, so intelligent. She's like a young businesswoman, and then to watch her thrive, watching my guys win, and stuff like that. Real life experience, a big life experience for me, I guess from a business standpoint and like a pivotal point. And I didn't see the pieces of the willingness of, going and doing stuff and. The pieces, like I said, like started this business and first pro athlete we ever worked with. Like again, it was a 3-hour round trip for one guy to deliver food. Little did I know that like that connecting with him would open this Pandora's box. Where we've worked with hundreds of professional athletes is what we do. We've kind of carved out a niche in there as well as general public. But I think one of the coolest experiences that brought me is like, I'm on a private jet with professional football players.
And it's Miami Dolphins. I've seen a couple of them. I
work quite well because like Jay Ajayi was my first guy.
Okay.
So Jay started using our service, connected with Jay. Then Marquise Gray was our second guy, and then Kenny Stills. Like Kenny, like put me on,
Yeah.
Like I got love for Kenny. Big shout out Kenny Stills, bro. I wouldn't be sitting here today without a guy like you,
Mm-hmm.
But a real pivotal moment in my life was like being on a private jet with Kenny and a couple other guys. And I'm not saying, again, not for clout or anything like that, but like being on the runway and looking out the window and going like, how did a guy like me get to a place like this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What am I doing here on a private jet getting ready to fly to another state with professional athletes? I got a GED. I was never going to be nothing. They told me I wasn't going to be nothing, blah, blah, blah. I believed them.
Yeah.
But God had a different plan when I started serving God and like following my heart and doing that. Like the pieces started to line up, so I look back at that and like I stress that to my guys, like a lot of young men that I get to come in contact with. It's about just doing that next thing. It's about taking that one drive to drop off food to one guy in Fort Lauderdale or showing up for this one appointment. Like make sure your name's good.
Oh yeah, that's all you have.
That
is all you have at the end of the day.
Like,
yeah.
And then again, like just different stuff, man. Like the list is so big for me. Like I couldn't like, again, like my kids are my top, top, but like, bro, I could just tell you all kinds of stuff. I just seen amazing stuff.
I believe it.
It's just, bro. but you got to show up, and you got to get out there in the
Yeah.
trenches to do it, to see it.
So obviously you're an entrepreneur. So
That's what
a
they
lot
tell
of
me.
people
Oh, no.
So a lot of people that want to be and see this life, they think, they see the highlights.
Yeah, they see
They're
the
like,
highlight.
whoa,
Yeah.
oh, I want to be that guy. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to do that. And then, they don't realize the first big step is that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And so
I don't even know if it was a leap of faith because I didn't even know what I was doing. I just was broke and like following my heart.
yeah.
That's what the thing is. It's like in people. I was talking to a guy the other day, and he said, "Oh, people keeps telling me follow my heart, follow my heart." I'm like, "Yeah, that's it." I'm an old head now. I'll be 45 this year.
Oh, you look young.
Oh, thank you. Them young guys keep me young.
Yeah.
That's why I coach sports. You stay around young. Like, people don't know Nick Saban's like 73. He's still out there.
He's 73?
Yeah, he's like 70-something years old. But again, I listen to a lot of motivational people and people that write literature just on leadership. Like that keeps you young spirit, because you're around that.
Very true.
There's just a synergy about humans and being around the vibe. What's the vibe like around you? But the entrepreneur thing is just like, it's not for everybody,
No,
and if you're
it's
not
not.
willing,
It's not.
if you're not willing to sacrifice, and it sounds cliche, like 24/7, 365, yes, it's like that to get the ball rolling. But again, there's some maintenance and there's some stuff you just got to go above and beyond, and you got to be willing to do stuff. And sometimes you're doing stuff for free, and that's what people don't understand. They think,
Amen.
I let social media tell whatever story social media wants to tell.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of stuff. I get to meet a lot of cool people and do stuff. But like you gotta you just gotta prove your self-worth and prove your value. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to come in and be like, oh, you're so and so, blah blah blah. I want this from you. Or I want that. And it's like, they can find anybody else, or there's just levels and just how you do business and how you conduct yourself. It's so much a synergy thing. I believe that. Especially in the industry that I've been blessed with the opportunity to work in, especially professional sports, being mostly, NFL heavy. We do work with NHL guys, MLB, did a couple of Olympic rowers, stuff like that. But, I work a lot around the NFL space, and though it seems big, it's not that big. Just like music, right?
It's
It's 6 ways of separation, right? So you got to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you whatever industry you choose to get in, make sure you do the right thing, because people move around, jobs change. The person that might have been the assistant to that you were like, oh, look down at, and you was nobody, right? And years go past, and you're in business. Now that assistant to is somebody that's making a decision. Now what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, as the saying, they say, be nice to the people that are at the bottom, because when you go on the way top, on your way back down.
Yeah.
However it goes. I can't remember how it goes, but it was somewhere like that. Just be kind, because you never know what can happen in the future. Another question. I'm sure you have, but have you had to make difficult decisions to saying no to major opportunities that you had to weigh out major pros and cons?
Oh yeah. Okay. We had so again, I speak to this space because this is kind of a bigger platform, is the professional sports space, and there's different people in the industry. We were doing business with somebody that, again, other people. There's a lot of revenue generating from this one source, this point of contact, I guess we'll deem that individual, right? So as a point of contact to reach other people. We were doing business together for a little while. It was always kind of like, the vibe was okay, but it made me grow. I learned, and I'll tell the backstory to that too. After I say this, it was it was cool. We talked, and it was cordial, but it wasn't I don't know. It just wasn't smooth. It was like a bent rim. It rolled, but it had a little hop to it, So it was it was just funny.
Okay.
Just over time, I just wasn't feeling it. I didn't feel. I guess not feel the value, or just feel just the business relationship, being okay. And again, I don't expect every business relationship to be us to be at Christmas dinner together and chopping it up. And I ain't looking for that, but I'm just looking for a mutual respect and common ground, I guess, more than anything. But so it like continued. And again, this individual was helping us generate like a substantial amount of revenue on a monthly basis. However, like I was working, I was doing some other work at the time, still in the food service space, but and I just had a conversation with Chelsea. I'm like, look, like there were some text messages sent, and I called her. I'm like, look, I'm not doing this anymore. Like this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Like I'm good. I'm telling him like, blah blah blah. It's like I'm moving on.
Yeah.
She's like, are you sure? It's a lot of income. I said, I'm just done. I'm not doing this. This is revenue or not. Like I am not gonna. If I continue to participate in this, like it's just I don't think it's healthy.
Yeah.
Emotionally for me to be involved in this situation. So I cut ties.
There you go.
And I did it tactfully again, like because again, I just how I was taught to do business. I said what I had to say, part ways, boom, whatever. Like, what are we gonna do? Fast forward, we connect with some other people, and like triple the amount of what like that was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But again, like now and now as I start to move forward, and like I said, the backside of it is for me is like now when I do business with somebody, like if it's gonna be of pretty substantial revenue, we're going to do business for a couple months together and there's money to be made, I'm going to be like, yo, Tim, let's link up. Let's have some coffee, chop it up, see if we're good. If we're not good for each other, like let's not enter in this relationship together.
Yeah.
Let's have a little speed dating, see if we can at least, we got some moral compass thing on the same page.
For sure.
If not, do your thing. Appreciate the opportunity. And we'll move on.
For sure. 100%.
Because I don't want it to be a negative situation for you, and I don't want it to be a negative situation for me.
Yeah.
Right. So like that's what I learned from that. Now, sit down and talk with somebody. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna pass. Or again, I might bump the price too high to make it not do whatever I got to do to kind of step back from the situation. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, that. I watched Ballers. Remember the show Ballers?
Yeah.
I love that.
I heard it was great. I'm not a big TV guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Well, I forgot the quarterback. I forgot his name. He was looking into signing for some teams, and he kept asking the buyers or whatnot, the head coaches or whatnot, owners, where's the love? All they kept throwing at him was dollar signs. Oh, we want you to do this, but where's the love? And as an entrepreneur or in working in this space, there's gonna be opportunities that you don't feel the love coming back towards you. So if you feel, your gut's gonna tell you, your heart's gonna tell you, like, it's not worth the money. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth that being in that uncomfortable space. Like, we got to cut ties,
Yeah.
And I think you learn that definitely over time with growth. Yeah. Because obviously in the beginning of in our careers, we would have like, let's do it. Let's do it. Because obviously we're hungry.
Oh, and I've done that too.
Yeah.
That was about. Let me just say that it's love over everything, right?
Yeah.
But like early again, that wasn't my first time entering one of those relationships. Yeah. That was just a key point for me as a businessman to say, you know what, I'm not going to involve myself in relationships like this anymore.
Okay.
I had a couple previous to that. I just wrote them out. I was like, oh, it is what it is, and just stayed in too long. It's just like a bad breakup.
Yeah.
But
we
now
we should have been out.
Yeah, we should have been out. Like, we should have like just had dinner and been like, this should have been a wrap.
Yep.
But again, that wasn't the case, and I had to learn.
Yeah.
But now going in, like, I'm just not gonna. Again, I just choose not to engage with certain people, and that's okay. I reserve that right.
Okay. All right. I'm going to ask you another couple of a series of just quirky questions.
Okay, quirky. I like quirky. Let's go.
All right. Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? Not a TV guy. I don't watch TV. I don't have cable.
You did say that. All right.
Yeah, unless it's like football, I watch the big Dolphins fan. Go Dolphins.
Whoop, whoop.
So I'm about.
All right. So wait. So what do you think the Dolphins need for us to make it?
I am not getting this conversation. Hey, I love y'all boys. Y'all know what time it is. That's
all right.
it.
No,
That's
I
all
love
I'm
them.
saying.
No, I feel confident. They played a great season. I truly feel, because I have two teams. All right. I love the Dolphins and I love the Bucks. Believe it or not, before we go to wait,
you cannot have two teams for anybody.
Why can we have two
there.
teams?
You can't have two.
We
teams.
can have two teams, man.
No,
we can have two teams.
Can you have two You can't have two girlfriends, two wives, none of that. You're one team.
All right. So
don't be that guy. Don't.
So
ever.
I attended my first football game.
Okay.
Back in February, and I went to the Bucks.
Okay.
And they lost, whatnot. And that was a crazy experience
Yeah.
to say. I don't know if you saw the video. I posted it. I got in trouble flying my drone too close to the stadium.
Oh, okay.
I had like 10 cops around me. And
Oh, yeah. They
Yeah.
don't play that.
But no, shout outs to the Dolphins. I believe in you guys. This season, I feel is going to be a big change. Just little tweaks, little tweaks here and there.
But that's anywhere in the NFL, man. Like
That is true.
For anybody that don't know, you are talking about the best of the best 1% of
Yes.
football players.
Yeah.
Just so everybody knows, and anybody, oh yeah, he's this, he's that, and the recliner coaches out there, like you couldn't carry his
Recliner
cleats to the field. Thank you. That's all I got.
All right. Okay. All right. Snickers or Twix?
Not candy guy. Don't eat chocolate candy.
No TV, no chocolate. What's going on, Clyde? All right.
No, I'm just keeping it real.
All right, you keeping it real. You keeping it real.
Okay,
All right.
you
All
want
right.
to ask me candy? I'm Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, I miss
Sour
with that.
Patch
I miss
Kids.
with that. Okay. All right. Sneakers or loafers?
Oh, sneakers all day.
Okay, I figured
yeah,
that.
sneakers
Jeans
all
or shorts?
Hoochie Daddy shorts or like,
Workout shorts. I don't know. I mean, The Rock be wearing some short shorts when he work out, but he has the leggings that he be putting. on there.
I'm a shorts guy in Florida, man. You
Oh,
can't
yeah,
wear
I know.
jeans is not it in Florida, bro.
The
Best meme I've seen lately is like, you want to know what it's like to live in Florida? Take a hot shower, put all your clothes on while you're still wet. That's what it's like. That's like what it's like living in Florida. You come out the shower, you're sweating.
You're 100% agreed. All right, acai bowl or salad?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Man, that's a tough one. I think if I had to choose, man, that is a tough one for me. I think I'm gonna go acai bowl.
I knew it.
all
I
day.
knew it. Okay, I knew you were gonna say acai bowl.
Yeah.
All right, so grape drink or orange juice?
You said orange drink or orange juice?
Orange juice or grape drink?
Grape drink always reminds me of cough medicine, so I'm gonna go to orange juice.
All right, cool. Collar shirt or just a t-shirt?
Oh, crew neck or t-shirt all day.
T-shirt all day.
I don't like the way collar shirts. See, they like flatten out, and that's not my thing.
This is a little bit wimpy right here.
But that's how they all do it, man. I can't do it.
He's
I don't
lonely in the wind right now. Yeah, you gotta get like that.
But I like people wear them. They're just not for me.
They're not
It's a
for you.
weird thing. You know how like you put on some shirts, you're like, oh, I'm feeling this, or
Yeah.
like in another shirt it'll just be like boxy. It's just not my vibe.
Okay,
I'm not a
okay.
collar shirt.
Okay.
Unless it's a button up because they can stand up and you can
They
like
can
starch
stand
them
up.
out.
Yeah.
But the cotton ones, the collar's always
True.
flat.
You gotta starch it out like
Yeah,
just,
it's just-
crazy.
But back in the day when you used to pop your collar, like I was about that.
yeah. Okay.
So I could do the pop collar. I just can't
Pop
do the
collar.
flat collar.
Okay.
Back in the day though.
All right.
I'm too old for that now, I guess.
Lamborghini or Ferrari?
Neither.
Neither.
Nah, neither.
Okay.
If I had my choice of a luxury vehicle, I'd probably pick like a G-Wagon or something like that. I'm not a sports car kind
I
of guy.
love the G wagon.
Yeah. That's the route I would go.
Okay. Would you do 60 days 60 days traveling the world or 60 days by 60 days traveling the world by yourself or 60 days like kind of like in confinement with just you and your family in a like no window
Come on, man.
no windows like no
Bro, you're asking a person with 5 kids that question? You think I'm gonna be in a room locked up with no windows for 5 kids for 60 days? No. I mean, I would choose a time with my family all day because
cool.
like that's my family. That's family first. And again, that just comes through life experiences, you know.
True.
I lost a lot of loved ones along the way, so it's
Yeah.
like I don't take a moment for granted.
Okay. As we kind of wrap up here, what is a message you want to give to someone inspiring that's just trying to get motivated and get going? And I know people talk about this all the time, and there's just so many messages to come with like being an entrepreneur and just trying to do something that you're passionate about, and they just don't know where or how to get started. It's just difficult. What would you say to that person? Just kind of giving them some good advice.
What I would say to somebody that's trying to get a business started is like, or not even say a business, whatever you want to do, whatever your heart. It might not be a business. I think it's first and foremost, follow your heart, trust your gut. What do you really like? Ask yourself, really, what do you really love to do? Would you do this for no money? you know, because sometimes you're not going to get paid for that. So you got to have something to carry you through. So I think that those are like the key things is the, trust your gut, do what you love, be consistent, and just ignore the negative naysayer. Like people are going to tell you that's a bad idea. Oh, you should go get a job. What about your health insurance? What about this? Like, I've heard all those stories, bro. And it's just like, I wouldn't trade. Like, again, is it like you mentioned earlier? Is it easy being an entrepreneur? I'll get out here and do this. They see the highlight reel, but like, no, is it easy? Nope. It's hard. It's tough. Times get good. Times get bad. Money comes and goes. But at the end of the day, like, I love what I do. Yeah. I love where it takes me. I love the opportunities. I love it allows me to meet like people like you, and other great people I've met along the way and do stuff like this. So it's like, I wouldn't trade any of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just stay with it. Trust it. Even if you can't do it full time, start part time. Because even when I started my business, I was still personal training and cooking on the side. So,
and that's the way to start. Because when I was doing my thing with the music, I was working at the bank doing all this for years. Before the time came. Okay, it's time to go on my own.
Don't jump out there and quit your job and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this and like,
this is not
because all your friends that says they're gonna like use your business and help you, they're not coming.
Yes,
they're not coming.
Or
they don't want to pay anyways. They want a discount. All your friends first is like, can I get a discount? But so just that, just it's, there's so many ways to get there. But if you stay true to your heart, and I believe like in the synergy of life, and you do the right thing, and people know when you're passionate about what you do. They know. Other people that are on that level, that are on a business level and growing, and I don't know if it's just being business savvy or call it discernment, whatever you want to call it, but they are aware of the energy you emit, about the passion, about what you're into. True. I could tell you love music, even from your social media, like you give off that vibe. I come in here, like I could tell by just your whole, your whole swag, your vibe,
appreciate
right?
Appreciate that.
So that's real though. But like you gotta again.
Yeah, it speaks volume.
Yeah,
it speaks,
just be you. Yeah, that's the most. You. That's the I would say the biggest thing I could say. If you want to do business, be you.
Be you.
Be you.
So let the people know where they can find Clyde and what you're doing and things that you're working on.
You can find me at my personal Instagram is Clyde CLYDE _Tiger TIGER. You can find me on Fit Fixins. My business social media is at FITFIXINS. I'm out there. I'm on Twitter. My Twitter is my personal, Clyde Tiger. I got a business, Fit Fixins 1 2.
You got a fax number?
Fax? I still do that?
I see it on people's websites. I'm like, seriously? Yeah, we're still doing fax?
I'm gonna slide this paper in here real quick. But yeah, if you got any questions, comments, feedback, like get at me. Shoot me a DM. Like I'm reachable. I love to chop it up. I got some coaching stuff going on that I just started. We didn't kind of get into, but that's what I got on the burner.
Okay.
I started my own little coaching thing. A lot of stuff that I learned from some guys that work with professional athletes. I'm just trying to bring it here to the Treasure Coast.
All right.
Got some stuff brewing, so hopefully we can circle back and talk about that because I definitely would like to talk about that. I know we're on a schedule here, so just trying to stay to your quirky question timeline.
I know.
So,
all right, well, dope, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Clyde Tiger, I want to thank you guys once again for watching and listening to Love Over Everything podcast. Catch you guys next time. Yep.